Welcome to Thrive, your 21-day clean living journey. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you an idea of what to do next, some things that are good to know. We're going to work on creating your why and your affirmation. I'm going to talk you through the 8 key concepts of a primal lifestyle because it's really helpful to know a bit of the education really behind why you're making these choices, because that'll help you to keep making these choices, not just because H said, but because there's some good reasoning behind it. And I'm going to talk you through the inspired action that we're going to take around food, movement, mindset, and lifestyle. So here's what to do next. Please go to the top of the Thrive Facebook group and select all notifications so that you never miss a post, because this will help you stay on track a bit better over the next 21 days. Can you please get to know where the pinned post is? You'll find that at the top of the Thrive Facebook group. And this is where I'm going to put a link to each day's video in there. And I'll start off with just this video and then day one, etc. as we go. And that saves you having to scroll through the whole of the group to try and find day 3. Just go to the pin post, follow the link, and go straight to the day's video. Please post a hashtag hello post because we want to meet you. This is a group experience, and the more that you share, the more you'll help other women know that they're not on their own and there's other normal women in the group just like them. And it just encourages a little bit more sharing. And that's really the magic of this experience, is to be doing it alongside your sisters who are on the same journey as you. So tell us a little bit about what you do for a living, about your family, about your health. Those are just ideas, but you can tell us anything you like. And I'd love to see your smiling face. So make sure you post a selfie with your hello post, and videos are even better. So we're going to work out your why. Why are you doing this? Some things that are good to know. The Thrive Facebook group is a closed group. So all of your friends outside of this journey won't see the posts, but they will appear in your Facebook feed. And please respect the other group members' privacy and don't tag other people who are not part of Thrive in the posts. Please share everything that happens this week with the group. When you explain it to us, you are allowing yourself to gain a deeper understanding. And when you say it out aloud, it's even more powerful. So there we go with the more videos and selfies, please. I'll post the next day's video and transcript for those of you who don't want to watch the video every afternoon, Perth time, so you get a chance to prepare for the day ahead. Or if you're on the DIY journey and not the live journey, you'll get a daily email, easy peasy. Now, if you're in another country, don't worry about it. Just start on your day. And if you fall behind, this is really important. Don't worry. So say it's day 3 and you miss day 4 and day 5, just start on day 6. It's really easy. As soon as you say, oh, I need to catch up, you won't, okay? There's 15 videos to watch in this 21 days. So there's videos just from Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, days off, or days to catch up on videos or try things you haven't done during the week. But really that's the time to reset and to let it sink in. So there's only 15 videos to watch. I'm really trying my best to keep them under 3 minutes long. There's a couple that go over because sometimes I get a little bit passionate. But really, really important point, just start on the day that we're on, okay? Most importantly, even more important than that, I want you to have fun. Let's not take this experience too seriously. Stress is just as bad for us as eating crap food. So let's try and keep it light, high vibing, and therefore you're going to experience more wellness. It's your challenge. So be sure to take, first of all, responsibility for your journey and your experience, and let me know what you want more of. Let's move on to your goals, affirmations, and your why. Now, you might want to pause this video and go and grab a pen and a piece of paper. The journey starts here. I want you to make a list of how you're feeling today. I want you to write down all of it, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally again. So press pause and write down everything. Just write it all down. There's nothing right or wrong, just the first thing that comes to your head. Now, I want you to fold up that list and go and shove it in the bottom of a drawer somewhere. But remember which drawer you've shoved it in, because you'll be getting it out later. Now, on a fresh piece of paper, I want you to write down how you want to feel. And when we do this, I want you to be thinking of things that you want to be moving towards as opposed to moving away from. Okay. So an example of that would be, you might feel like one of the things you want to write down is, I want to lose weight, right? Well, that's quite a moving away from something. Okay. So what a good question to ask when you write down things like that is, and so I want to lose weight. And so I'll feel better. And so, I'll have more energy. And so I can do more things with the kids. Do you see what I mean? So those would be the things you want to write down. I want to be more energized. I want to feel lighter. I want to have more energy to play with the kids. Okay. Those would be, when you're writing down how you want to feel, be careful that you put it in a positive text, in a positive sense. It's much more motivating and it works much better with human psychology, and also the universe understands it a lot better too. Now you've seen how all of the feelings that you want to feel more of, and we're talking about feelings, how you want to feel, from there you can create your affirmation. Now we're going to say this affirmation every day after we've had a conscious breath. Okay, so it's really important that you come up with an affirmation. Now if you're like, oh God, I don't know what to write, H, that's okay, because lots of people don't know how to create an affirmation, and that's all right too. So you could Google and search for positive affirmations and find one that resonates with you. Or you could have these couple of suggestions that I've got. So my all-time favorite affirmation is, I now create the life I want in an easy and relaxed manner and in a healthy and positive way. That one's pretty good. You could also have an affirmation, I am enough, I am love, I am peace, I am joy. Whatever it is, it's right. Now, once you've created your affirmation, and feel free to pause and whatever you've got to do with the video to get to this point, just put your hand on your heart and repeat it. And if it feels like it resonates at some level, that's a really, really powerful affirmation. Well done. Now, instead of the list of how you're feeling today, and we shoved that in the drawer, this one's different. We're going to write your affirmation somewhere where you're going to see it lots. I've got mine written on a blackboard in my kitchen. I've got I am enough posted in the bathroom, in the kitchen. So just write it as many times as you want on a little sticky note or in lipstick on your mirror, however you want to do it. Stick it somewhere where you can see it. Another really cool place to put your affirmation is on your phone screensavers and also your computer screensavers. And also, like, you have a password that you enter a lot of times if you work on the computer a lot. Your password could be something positive. So, for example, mine is Primalistas because that's my business and I want to attract Primalistas. So, oh, I've just told you what my password is. Oops. Don't worry, it's not just Primalistas. Right, let's go through the key concepts of primal living. Now, you can reset your genes. How freaking amazing is that? So there's certain fixed heritable traits that you can't change, right? You can't change the size of your nose, the color of your hair, or how tall you are just by eating plants and animals and slowing life down, right? Okay, you can't do that. But there are epigenetics which are above the genes. That basically means above the genes. And the epigenetics, without making it too complicated, is basically food and lifestyle. And you can change how those genes switch on and off and how they send signals around your body just with food and lifestyle. So lots of things that we once thought were, like, oh, my mum's overweight, therefore I'll be overweight. Grandma had diabetes, therefore I'll have diabetes. Or, so-and-so's had Alzheimer's, I'll get Alzheimer's. It doesn't have to be like that. And I think that's that alone is motivating enough to follow a primal lifestyle so that you're going to live a full life and drop dead, which is what we're all going to die, right? As opposed to wasting away with some debilitating chronic illness like the most of the population. Now, the clues to optimal gene expression, that's how, like the best ways that genes can work in our body to make us feel lean and healthy and live a long time, are found in evolution. And that's where the primal or the paleo bit comes in. It doesn't mean that we're going to all dress in loincloths and live in a cave. Like, it's so not about that. It's about looking back in history and saying, right, well, back then, before the dawn of evolution, when we started to industrialize food and started to pump it full of chemicals and put loads of chemicals onto the ground where they were growing our food, that's when things kind of got a bit messed up. I'm doing really well not to swear here. So we're going back to a time when we were healthy, and we've looked at, well, what were we doing to be so healthy, to live a long life, to be happy and mean and lean and lead a good life and not be depressed and not die of diabetes. We were eating plants and animals, and it was when we were hunter-gatherers, so we were lifting heavy things, we were moving frequently at a slow pace, we lived outside with nature, and all of these things we have not evolved as humans. And that 2 million years of selection pressure and harsh environmental circumstances created the perfect genetic recipe for human health and longevity. So let's get back to that. The third key concept of primal living is, this is the key point. It's about burning fat and not sugar. Now, the conventional wisdom on the standard Australian and the standard Western diet is a grain-based, low-fat diet, which is basically creating a sugar and carbohydrate-based metabolism. And you've been stuck in that and suffering from that for your entire life. Kids are fed Weet-Bix, you have sandwich for lunch, you have pasta for dinner, and that's what we've done for the last 3 to 4 decades, even more decades. Now, going primal, you're taking out those carbohydrates and the sugar, and you're going to reset your metabolism to a fat-based, all-day energy metabolism, and that has supported human survival for the 2 million years. And this is extremely liberating, because if you find yourself obsessed with food, thinking about food all the time, hungry all the time, getting hangry, shouting at the kids, then this is going to be a revolution for you, because you'll be able to go for longer periods of time without feeling hungry, and you're going to have that lovely, evened out fuel all day long. Plus, as well, fat burns. It's a really clean fuel. Sugar or glucose does not burn very well. The best way to think about it is sugar burns a bit like if you put paper on a fire. It burns quick and there's lots of smoke. That's basically the big sugar rush that you get. And the inflammation is like oxidation in your blood, which causes, and all the other food that you're eating as well causes inflammation. Now, oxidation and inflammation are the root cause of all chronic disease. So if we can eliminate that from our diet and burn fat, which is like throwing a log on the fire, right? It burns for a long time, there's not much smoke, and that's what we're heading for. Plus, we have all, even the leanest of us, have got kilos and kilos of fat stored on our bodies. And it's a really good way to access the stored fat and to burn that. And when you're a sugar burner, you're literally locking off access to all of your fat cells. So even though you've got a lot of energy stored on your body thinks you're starving. And that's what happens. And that's what happens with obese people. Their body thinks that they're starving. So their brain is sending very, very strong messages to them to say, get something to eat, make it sugary, make it quick. So, it's not like the obese person is obese because they're a pig. You know what I mean? It's because the metabolism is broken. So let's become fat burners, not sugar burners. Now, 80% of your body composition is determined by what you eat. And really the key, again, this is very similar to the point 3, moderating our insulin production by ditching grains, sugars, legumes, and lowering our inflammation by eliminating harmful industrial man-made fats like canola oil is going to promote efficient reduction of body fat. It's going to give you effortless maintenance of an ideal body composition, give you more energy, and give you a decreased risk for illness. How good's this? And also optimal functions for other systems. So like it's going to help you with your hormone issues, it's going to help you regulate your appetite, it's going to improve your immune system, it's going to improve your stress. If you've got issues with the thyroid, this will help. How good's that? Now, grains are totally unnecessary, and this is really hard to get to terms with when we have been bombarded with decades of advertising around the centerpiece of the Western diet is grains, right? And we've been told that they're, you need grains for fiber and all of the different nutrients in them. But actually, eating grains, they offer very, very little nutritional value, and they promote fat storage because they raise insulin, as I've already talked about. They contain anti-nutrients, which promote inflammation. They give you indigestion, as you'll know, if you're a bit burpy and bloated or constipated. And all of the nutrients in grains can be found in other foods, like vegetables. So no need for grains. Fat and cholesterol are your friend. And again, this is really hard to understand when we spent the last, 60 years being terrified of saturated fat, thinking it's going to clog our arteries. Well, that is actually a big crock. It's been proven. And actually, the key to the main cause of heart disease is only validated when you eat fat alongside sugar and carbs. So basically, a Western diet. Cholesterol is one of the body's most vital molecules, and saturated fat, as we've already discussed, is our preferred fuel. So the true heart disease risk factors are oxidation and inflammation, which are driven really strongly by polyunsaturated fats like your canola oils and your vegetable oils, sugars, excess insulin production from all of those grains, as well as stress. So really important to focus on all aspects of a primal lifestyle, not just the food. But food is key. So if there's only one thing you can manage to do in this journey, then it's food. Okay. Exercise is ineffective for weight management. Hallelujah. Another one that's really hard to swallow because it goes against everything that we've been told. But burning calories through exercise has got such a minimal influence on your ability to achieve and maintain an ideal body composition if you are dependent on carbohydrates as your main fuel. In fact, exercise makes you more hungry and therefore makes you want to eat more food. And if you get into a chronic exercise pattern, where you're at the gym 3 to 5 times a week, it can actually interfere with your fat metabolism, break down those lovely lean muscles that you're trying to work out in the gym, and lead to burnout, fatigue, injury. Anybody can relate to that? I know that I can. Maximum fitness can be achieved in minimal time. Going back to what I said about emulating our hunter-gatherer ancestors by moving frequently at a slow pace, lifting heavy things, and sprinting once in a while. And these can be done in a fraction of time that it would take for you to drive to the gym, do an hour's pump class, have a shower, drive home. There's half your day gone. No wonder you can't keep it up. No wonder it never made you thin. No wonder you gave it up. It's not your fault. You have been given flawed advice. And how liberating it is to understand the key concepts of primal living. So please refer back to this at any time to refresh. So here's what we're going to do. Inspired action. Food. We are going to eliminate grains and sugar, the foods that promote the weight gain and chronic health problems. Eliminating grains and sugar is a must. You can't really experience the benefits of what this program can offer if you stick to the grains and sugar. So those are the 2 to go. But you may also want to eliminate legumes, dairy, and alcohol. This is what we are going to eat: meat, fish, fowl, eggs, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, fats, and oils. And trust me, you can create any family favorite from that food list. And that's what you're going to learn on this journey. So we're going to embrace deprivation freedom. No more deprivation. Guilt freedom, overwhelm freedom. We're going to embrace intermittent fasting. We'll give that a go if you want. We're going to honor hunger, eat when we're hungry, and eat till our heart's content. And we're going to eat mindfully, which basically means, not being on the phone while you're eating your lunch. We're going to source the highest quality cuts of grass-fed meat or wild-caught fish and local in-season, spray-free or organic fruits and vegetables. And we'll learn how to do that. Movement. We are going to go with some go-with-the-flow intuitive workouts. We're going to move frequently at a slow pace. We're going to lift heavy things like you. No gyms required. And we're going to sprint once in a while. Lifestyle. We are going to get some sunshine. We're going to focus on really awesome sleep hygiene. We're going to spend time in nature. We're going to spend time nurturing ourselves. We're going to play. We're going to reduce stress and slow life down. And we're going to connect with loved ones in real life. Mindset. Okay, so it's 10% strategy and 90% mindset. And really, this whole journey is all about being aware of the resistance that comes up and having tools to deal with it. Okay, so tools to deal with it could be sharing in the group, it could be doing some tapping or EFT, or it could be journaling. It's really just a case of rewiring your brain. It really is that simple. And rewiring your brain happens when you practice patterns over a period of time. So 21 days is the shortest time to change habits. If you've done this experience with me before, well done. I'm glad you're back, because coming back and practicing again, it's going to strengthen those pathways in your brain to eventually make this lifestyle just a non-negotiable. Like, you don't even have to try. It's just how you choose to live your life. It's a lifestyle that I've chosen for 4 years, and it's really, really transformed my life. And like, there is no way I would want to eat a donut or a plate of pasta at all. No thanks. There is group sisterhood energy in the Facebook group. You've got the accountability. You can create more accountability for yourself by committing to sharing a post or of your food every day. Is very good. We're creating a virtuous circle. So it's not just about the food, but you might think, oh, I don't really feel that motivated today. But then you go for a walk in nature, which is one of the things we'll need to do on this journey. And then you'll think, you know what, I really feel like honoring my body with delicious, nutritious food. So all of the habits that we practice link into each other and support each other. And you're connecting with your why. So if in the first week you're like gung-ho, type A, can't wait, let's do this. And then in the second week you're like, oh, I can't be bothered. All of those self-sabotaging thoughts that we've all got, right? We've all got, and it's just a life practice of silencing them and choosing, the path to nurture ourselves with. You can always refer back to your why. You've got a why. You've written it down. You know how you want to feel. You've got your affirmation. That's really powerful. And all of the things that we're going to do are going to build your resilience, because life is life. When life throws you lemons, you're going to be able to make lemonade quite easily, because you will find that things just don't bother you as much. Let's do this.